Welcome back, boys and girls, to week 2 of the PGBL4, and we did start off this season with a 1-0 win. Sorry, a 2-0 win, but we are 1-0, and yeah, we have our work cut out for us this week as the Cincy Scizors are back, and yeah, this is Vizually, and he's obviously one of the better draft leaguers around, and yeah, he's been a thorn in my side in both the NGDL and the PGBL. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and once again continue our rivalry with them. And like I said, I really like my draft, so I'm just going to quickly go into it. The name of the game is Speed, and yeah, so Garchomp was my first pick. Queemus23 wanted me to pick it, and I decided to try to build around that. And yeah, I ended up picking Mega Manectric, Keldeo. It's a really fast Pokemon, one of the fastest drafts I ever got. If you want better analysis about each pick, go ahead and watch the Week 1 battle, because I'm not going to go into everything. Instead, let's go ahead and take a look at the Cincy Scizors and see what they're going to have potentially bring against us. And looking at the Cincy Scizors, once again, another great draft by Vizually. It's actually a draft that really fits his goal of bulky offense, but it also has some really high, offensive capabilities with the 2 Ultra Beasts. So this is a really scary draft. In fact, this is actually a draft reminiscent a little bit of my last NGDL squad, because it has Araquanid and Krookodile, 2 staples of my team in the NGDL4, but they both really fit his preferred playstyle of bulky offense. So does Clefable and kommo-o. Yeah, once again, just a really solid draft, and something I have to be afraid of, though, going into this match, is not only that bulky offense that he prefers, is those 2 Ultra Beasts, which can obviously get super scary, the Kartana and the Nihilego, a Pokemon I previously used in the PGBL, did really good. Yeah, due to the obviously Beast Boost, it's going to be a big problem if they're able to get off a few kills, especially their Kartana. I'm super afraid of Kartana. In fact, I'm actually going to be packing Hidden Power Fire on my Mimikyu for that Kartana, being that it's the strongest thing can hit it. I'm actually going with a hasty one with Hidden Power Fire. Hopefully it won't come down to that, but if I really do need to stop a Kartana sweep, obviously I can survive guaranteed with my ability and get off that Hidden Power Fire. So that should be able to take it out from full if I EV'd it correctly. Yeah, obviously, just a lot of bulky offense. I'm going to be bringing Ditto this week. Maybe I can steal Sweep, although he might be too smart for that. I don't know. But Ditto's going to make a first appearance. And yeah, Clefable might be a problem if it's unaware, or even if it's not. It's going to be obviously a Pokemon I have to keep an eye on. It's one of the best Pokemon with the stats that it has. It's incredibly versatile as Fairy type. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I'm going to go into. Let's go ahead and get into the match. I don't want to spend a ton of time going over these teams, but yeah, I am going to be bringing some interesting stuff. Hopefully, I can get on with a win to go 2-0, so here we go. Alright, so there you go. He's not bringing Nihilego, but he is bringing the Kartana, obviously. The Meesprit is kind of an interesting choice, but I guess that's going to be his versatile Pokemon. Meesprit is actually an incredibly versatile draft Pokemon, especially since it's usually on the bottom tier, so you can get it for pretty cheap. So yeah, it's a pretty good Pokemon. So I'm just going to go into my Skarm. I decided to lead. Looking at his squad, no matter what he goes into, it's an okay lead. Although this Krookodile actually kind of gets me in a bind, because if it has Taunt, which it does, it kind of shuts down my Skarmory. I do have Brave Bird, but he did get the Intimidate, so it's not going to do a whole lot. And yeah, he's going to shut down my Toxic I tried to use, and now he's just going to go for a knockoff to get rid of my leftovers, which isn't great. And I just actually go for a Brave Bird. I end up getting a crit, so a little bit of early luck here for me, as I'm able to actually take this thing down to half, or a little bit below half, and I do get the reveal of the leftovers as well, so I know that it's not Scarfed or anything. Well, I already knew that because it went for the taunt, but yeah, so I know the items, so that's pretty good. And yeah, I'm just going to go to my Keldeo. Kind of predicting another dark move potentially, and he does go for that knockoff. I do get the Justified, but it's pointless because obviously Keldeo is a special Pokemon. That's kind of the downside to Keldeo. It's an incredibly good Pokemon, but its ability is kind of useless for what it is, unless you want to run Mix, but its attack stat isn't that great. But anyway, I end up just going for the Scald. He's going to wisely go into Araquanid. I can't even burn this thing with Scald, obviously, because it has the Water Bubble ability, which prevents that sort of thing. And yeah, I'm just going to go back into my Skarm. I do have, I do not want him to get webs up. That's going to be a real problem if he does. And he ends up going for the Scald himself, so he brings a mixed Araquanid, which is actually a really good move against me because I do have the Skarmory. And yeah, he's going to go ahead and switch now as I'm down to 5 HP, and he gets the Burr, which sucks. And he's going to go into his Meesprit, which could easily set up hazards and I do have Defog, and I knew that Defog was going to be kind of important this week, with the potential for him to bring webs. And yeah, this Meesprit might set up Stealth Rocks on me, so I decided to go into my Manectric just to see what he does. And he is just going to cry for the trick, which is okay because I do have the Mega Stone. He can't trick that away. And yeah, that's going to fail, and he's going to switch. So that reveals that he's probably Scarfed on that Meesprit as a trick set. And I am just going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. I should have probably just Volt Switched. I decided just to go for a Thunderbolt, though. And I don't remember my mindset here at the time. I'm actually kind of narrating. I'm not narrating directly afterwards. I can't remember what I was predicting, but I probably should have just Volt Switched there. Either way, I'm going to go ahead and Volt Switch now, yeah, this thing's not Scarfed or anything, so I do outspeed it. It hits down to yellow, which is nice, and I'm just going to go into my Skarmory, kind of hoping this would be a physical set, but he ends up getting me here with the Flamethrower, which I knew was possible, but, should have switched into, like, Keldeo or something. Oh well, gonna go into my Mimikyu now. I do have the immunity to both stabs, and I still have my disguise intact. And yeah, he's just gonna switch out into his Meesprit as I end up just going for a Play Rough. And yeah, that's going to hit this thing down to about 66%. I don't want Mimikyu's little thing to be broken yet, so I end up going into my Ditto. I kind of want to scout what this Meesprit has, and if he does go for a trick, I'm also Scarfed. But I end up going for a U-turn, which is a fantastic play. Ends up doing a respectable damage due to being super effective against Ditto. And I'm scouting this thing set. It has like Shy Shock, it has Stealth Rock, it has U-turn, and Trick. As it goes into Kartana, which is obviously an excellent play, and I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to win this thing, I really want Stealth Rocks up. I do have it in my Garchomp, but I'm just going to go for it. He set up the Stealth Rocks using his own Pokemon, and he ends up going for the Leaf Blade. Doesn't quite kill me. I don't want to give this guy a +1, but I know I have to sack something. I know Ditto can be useful later, so I'm actually just going to sack Garchomp. I know that it's going to be a 2-hit KO, but I know I can get obviously some chip damage here with its ability, as well as my ability Rough Skin, as well as the Rocky Helmet. I don't know. It might have been a misplay to sack Garchomp, but I know I needed a little bit of chip damage, just a little bit. Now this thing's down to half. I need a little bit of chip damage to get a guaranteed kill with Hidden Power Fire, and at this point, that's probably my best play. So I'm just going to go into my Mimikyu, and he's thinking about this hard. He has to know that if I do carry Ghost Him, I could kill him from this range as well. But he's just going to go for a Leaf Blade, and I'm just going to go for Hidden Power Fire just to make sure this thing doesn't sweep me, as my disguise does get busted, but I do break out the Hidden Power Fire, and I'm able to at least take down this Kartana. So down it goes, and yeah, he's just going to switch out now back into a aka his Crocodile, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be a roll, but I don't want to. I have the Mimikyu Z. I don't want to waste it here, so I know that Play Rough is a roll, and I miss. I hate Play Rough. I hate Play Rough so much, because that is that sneaky 90-something%. I think he's 90 or 95% accuracy, and always misses the wrong time. Because I missed that, yeah, he's going to be able to get some Earthquake damage, and now after the leftovers, I'm pretty much forced to go for the Mimikyu Z, because I think that puts him out of range of being killed by a Play Rough. I was really hoping to save this for Clefable, but now I'm pretty much forced to use it now on Crocodile. So I just go for a Let's Snuggle Forever, which is a fantastic animation. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and snuggle here with this Crocodile to at least get this thing out of the way. But at -1 attack right now, I really should have probably Swords Danced. I kind of regret not Swords Dancing on this thing. I could have gotten to +1 attack and then got killed with a Play Rough, but it is what it is. Although if I missed the Play Rough, I would have just lost Mimikyu. But yeah, in comes the Clefable now. I'm at -1. I decide just to go for the Play Rough, and I'm like, oh crap, it's going to set up with Calm Mind, and there is nothing I can do about this. It is Magic Guard, didn't take damage from Stealth Rock, so it's not like it's unaware or anything. But yeah, so it's going to get the Calm Mind. I'm just going to go for a Swords Dance, hoping, or maybe thinking, okay, maybe he'll go for another Calm Mind, and no, he just goes for Moonblast to kill me. So there you go. Unfortunately, my remaining guys are special. My Manectric, my Keldeo, and, well, I have Ditto still, and, yeah, I kind of have to just wither it down and hope that something can kill it. I go to my Manectric, but in reality, I'm going to need a Paralysis here with a Thunderbolt if I'm going to have a chance. So I'm just going to go for that Thunderbolt, and yeah, it's going to hit the Clefable. It's not going to do that much, unfortunately. He goes for the Moonblast, and it's going to hit me down below half, so I have one more chance. Well, he probably will heal here with Soft Boiled. He's going to want to keep his Clefable healthy enough, so I can't kill him with Keldeo. It's a good play just to go for a Soft Boiled, although every time he does this, he's giving me another chance to go for and get that Paralysis with the Thunderbolt. As if I can get the Paralysis up, I can potentially get some Para-Hacks turns, and maybe kill this Clefable, so we're going to go ahead and see. I go for another Thunderbolt, he goes for another Soft Boiled, so I'm like, okay, well, it didn't get the Paralysis there, I have one more shot at it. because he's probably going to finish me off now. And yeah, let's go for another Thunderbolt. Hopefully I can get the paralysis, and I don't. So them's the breaks. It goes for another Moonblast, takes down my Manectric, and down it goes. And yeah, I just decided to go into Keldeo here. It doesn't really matter. He's going to get one-shot by a Moonblast, and even though Ditto will be able to obviously steal the Calm Mind boosts, this Clefable is going to be able to outpace me because it has the same Calm Mind boosts and the ability to heal. So he just goes for the Moonblast to take down my Keldeo. My last Pokemon is the Ditto, and yeah, I will be going into it, and yeah, it's not going to be able to Moonblast from there thanks to his special defense boost as well, and I'm only at 8 HP, so that will be able to take me out. So that is unfortunate. I unfortunately lose to Vizually here, but it's a quick turnaround. And actually, this is, as of being posting this match, I kind of had 2 matches in a row because I was kind of away during week 1, so I had a little bit of matches to you know, get done quickly in order to start this season. So we have a quick turnaround against Lucky Wolf against what's his team name called? Hold on. I know it. Give me a minute. His Worcester War Turtles later today, so that won't be posted until next week on this channel because we have weekly uploads here. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to pull it around and get a 2 and go 2-1 because Vizually takes the cake here. So today's question of the day, I don't know how I kind of glossed over this, but it's something that was brought to my attention that I completely missed. Back in September, they released a new version of the Nintendo Switch called the Nintendo Switch Lite, and I don't think there's any I definitely don't think it's a coincidence. This thing is coming out, you know, before, just before Pokemon Sun and Moon. But finally, we have a dedicated portable device for the Switch. So if you don't, I mean, it's a little bit cheaper than the regular Switch. It doesn't, I believe, have the capability of being able to be used as a console, a TV console, but it's a dedicated you know, handhelds, which is great because that's what Pokemon has been. Obviously, you can still play Pokemon on the regular Switch, but this is a little bit cheaper. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit smaller, so you can stick it in your pocket. I really like this device. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to buy another Switch. I already have a Switch. But let me know what you think about this. If you don't have a Switch yet and you are on the fence about buying one for Sun and Moon, does this change your mind? Have you already bought one? What do you think about this device? It comes in 3 cool colors at launch. Personally, if I was to buy one, I'd probably go with the yellow one. I think the yellow one looks pretty snazzy. The gray one is... I mean, the gray one I just find kind of boring, and blue is kind of childish. But, you know, yeah, I'm not going to judge you on the colors. But yeah, so leave a comment what you think about this new Switch, and does it change anything for you if you were on the fence about buying a Switch and Sword and Shield? Did I say Sun and Moon? I meant Sword and Shield. So leave a comment about that, and see you guys again next time. Later!